Monday, what the fuck?
I'd like to dedicate this one to Thanks for Progress. Thanks for Progress. Fight for your liberty. We don't want your government. We don't need your services. I'm an anarchist. I'm an anarchist.
Thanks for Progress on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks, brother.
That sounds right up my alley.
And Twitter.
Good day, wouldn't hear a say the word direction.
Hey guys, welcome to Pucks for Progress Monday. What the fuck? I am Reverend Aaron. I am here with Punker Mike, who you can see there, and I'm also here with SoCal Shannon. And let's see if we can do it like this. Oh yeah, Shannon's much larger than Mike here.
No, please don't make me larger.
it's just the size of things, you know. There we go.
What if I turn my phone around?
No, you're good. Yeah, do that.
Okay. Did it that way the first time.
Oh, and I told you could change it.
And it's much easier on my arm. Awesome.
Dude, you have no idea how fucking nice that looks. There we go. There we go. All right, we have a show. We're here. SoCal Shannon, Punker Mike, and Reverend Aaron. We're going to talk about a few things. Most of it FASH related. We're going to clarify some stuff about our coverage and the media's coverage of what went down at the Indigenous Peoples March. We're going to clarify some stuff that, you know, based on the information we had, we were wrong about some shit. And we want to no longer be wrong. So we're going to explain how we were wrong and why and all that kind of good stuff. And in that crazy, the busy weekend, there was apparently Patriot Prayer at the Women's March in Portland. And Daniel V Media put up a video that I want to show you guys that's really good. And just shows what disgusting, disconnected from reality fuckbags they are. So we're going to talk about that. Today is MLK Day.
It is.
Yes, it is.
And I do believe like we're the only people doing the show today. Like
right.
I noticed, well, I unapologetically watch the Majority Report regularly. I think they're fantastic, which is why I've called and bothered them more than once now. But but they didn't have a show. Democracy Now! Didn't do a thing. Young Turks didn't, and so it's on us, guys. But yeah, I think that's and we have sick and silliness and other things to talk about too.
Well, I mean, there's some importance to Martin Luther King, bro. I mean, I started saying this thing after Charlottesville, and I swear to God I heard it somewhere, and I'm gonna butcher the hell out of it, and I thought about it all day, and I swear I thought I heard it say that, Martin Luther King said it, but it was when you stand behind somebody or stand next to them, you're you stand next to them, you stand behind them, you're still standing with them. I looked for it today, I couldn't find it because I wanted to clarify it. But man, I found some other things that he said that were pretty deep. I mean, not just the basics, of I have a dream and but I mean there was some hardcore stuff there. I mean, apparently he wasn't too fond of capitalism either.
Why? Well, why would you
No.
be? Any thinking person
Let me
is
just
going to get
start out
there.
with this.
Well, let me say real quick.
Yeah,
Hold on a sec. You can get to your quote. I get to babble my bullshit. But any thinking person,
don't.
any thinking person who takes on power structure in America in an actual substantive, well thought out way where you're really learning about the thing that you're battling against is ultimately going to have to reach the conclusion wow, man, capitalism just plays a huge role in everything I'm trying to fight against. You have to get there. And that's, and that's one of those things where the right just always gets it so backwards. From the top down, it's purposeful. They're purposefully lying. But on the street level, people just think, when they push the trope about how every movement from Martin Luther King to Black Lives Matter and the Black Panthers were all being tricked by some communist plot, right? That's always been the trope from the right wing, right? But socialism is ultimately going to enter the conversation with anyone who is, like I said, directly confronting the power structure. You can't escape it. So I'm not trying to belittle that Martin Luther King got there, duh, of course he hates capitalism. But I mean, yeah, I'm just not surprised that he would, I guess. Okay, go ahead, Mike. Thank you for indulging me.
No, all I was gonna say, do you have a song that you wanted to play?
No, I don't. I'm not really into music. Shan had a song.
I'm not really into music. You're such a dork. That was a big ol' lie, dude.
I know.
Downtown Boys.
Downtown Boys. I had that queued up. Where the hell did it go? Oh.
We have Santa Ana's tonight.
This really is fucking an awesome tune. Very, very awesome tune.
All I wanted to say was before we go to that, a quote from Martin Luther King. Here, let me see if I can bring it back up. The evils of capitalism are as real as the evils of militarism and the evils of racism.
Read it one more time.
The evils of capitalism are as real as the evils of militarism and the evils of racism.
And yeah, and I would only add to it that it's at the core of why those are so rampant. I mean, some of these things exist in the human condition already, but we have an economic system that thrives on our lowest angels, on bolstering them and making them flourish and grow and spread into other people, So it's
it divides all less, it's easier to uphold it.
Right.
There's no way he was a communist.
Yeah. I mean,
He was an anti-capitalist. He believed in the war on the poor was real and that the military did it for the money, and that's basically why he's not here anymore, because that's what he started. I shared the speech where he speaks about Vietnam. So on the page, I yesterday.
Well, and I was just gonna
But
say,
that speech is awesome.
so yeah, so look for that on the Facebook page, and I would just say that like, obviously like capitalism doesn't create racism and what was the other word you used, Mike? There was racism
Militarism.
and militarism. Yeah, these things would exist without capitalism in some, or try to. Militarism would be. Anyway,
It all goes
yeah,
hand in hand.
yeah, but they're just not like if you took they're not because of capitalism. Capitalism just makes them so much more exponentially worse.
They're all just, they're on the, I guess what he was saying is they were all basically the same evil.
On that, I will agree. And this is
Ooh, that's what we should play.
Downtown Boys.
Evil by 45 Grave.
We will then. Downtown Boys, A Wall, live on Pressure Drop TV.
This next song is about how we truly need an end to all police. Police are only here to protect colonialism and racism in this country. And ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, is the police. There should be no more deportations. There should be no more borders. There should be no more fear that people need to migrate for survival. And so how, when, what do we do so that a wall becomes just a wall and nothing more at all?
So you can go to Pressure Drop and see a 24-minute video from that set if you want, which is, fuck, that's so good. They, like, let me tell you something, man. This is what, like, one of the things I gauge on a band is I want to know that, one, I can hear straight up numerous influences. And not just that they stumbled on kind of sounding like this band and that band, like, you can tell. Like, dude, it's like they got a dude who listens to a lot of Jonathan Richman Monitor Lovers on guitar. They fucking, you gotta make, I guess, the comparison of X-Ray Specs with female vocals and that fucking sax sound.
Right,
You can't,
that's what they've been saying.
you can't escape that. But like, to me, it has the beat is very much, it's all that like one chord just downstroking, which I adore. And if you don't do that right, if you don't put a lot of fucking emotion and feel into it, it just sounds like blah 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 blah. It doesn't come off, and like, and the bass line.
It's that old school. It's that old school garage punk sound. You know what I mean? It's that little kind of a background.
It's kind of
old school shit.
Like proto punk kinda, and like and the bass line, that Rickenbacker sound. I think she was playing a Rickenbacker, but it cuts through really proper. It's not just, it doesn't just hold the body like that. Her bass sound is bitchin'. It just, they're fucking rad.
You said
yes, bitch. Good call.
I love them. You know what?
What?
I saw that because I watched that Frankie and Grace show with Lily Tomlin, and they play cool music. At the end, it's not always oldies. It's not always music from the 60s. It's modern stuff too. So, yeah, that's the theme of Frankie and where I'm at in the story. They're fuck it. They're at that phase in their life, the fuck it phase.
So, let's get into, I do want to kind of maybe push it back a little, give Rad a little time to join us, because he just had things he wanted to say about the Indigenous Peoples March 2. And so let's talk about this Daniel V. Media and the Patriot Prayer bullshit first. So, let me grab that video. You know, we were covering, because Mike Gams was covering the Boston Fash presence at the Women's March. We were at Punks for Progress way focused on that and just being in communication with him while he was doing all that day, and like good about sharing stuff to the page about a lot of the different women's marches, but like that was...
Well, I was following the Indigenous movement primarily, but then also I got word of what went down in Garden Grove the same Saturday as well.
The Reagan Youth Show.
There was a lot of stuff, and like Will and what's that Latino for Trump dude from LA?
Is this Navarro?
The Real Patriot or something. They were at the LA March.
Oh, gotcha.
But that was it, just those two.
And we have some little bit of developments. If you watched our stream from last night's show, from the Sunday What the Fuck, we talked a lot about the Reagan Youth Show. We have some clarification on who those people were, and we'll get into it. And some more video that I can show you. It just sucks because all the video is, it's put in long screen, so it's hard for you guys to see it here. So I will show it, but I'll put a link to the actual video into the description box later, and that way you can see the video better. But yeah, let me get this. Where'd it go? No. I put it in this chat, so it would be really easy to find. There it is. So if you haven't subbed Daniel V Media, you should. Excellent, proper respect to leftists and black bloc anonymity coverage of street actions in the Portland area. Always excellent. Production quality, and anyway, this is called Patriot Prayer goes after random counter protesters at Right to Life March. It's Joey Gibson, and the girl who did the men's rights, the demonstration that we covered recently. Those are the only two people I recognize.
Because the men need more rights, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say they're all wearing like Joey, and I can't remember her name, the blonde woman that's with them. They have the yellow caution, whatever. Remember when we were freaking out because they had all the money and all that yellow imagery and shit? And but yeah, they're
Him too.
him too. That's what it was. Thank you, Shannon. Him too. Their response to oh my god. So they're still sporting that stuff. It's just gross.
The beautiful black man put him in the hospital, broke ribs of Reggie. You know who? Your people. I don't know. This guy right here gets beat up. And
By
Antifa? Shut your mouth. You sit there and act like you don't know what you're talking about. Why are you following us with your mask on? Huh? Your picture. Like Why? Why with your mask on? Huh? You put my mask on? From now on, anyone with the mask on is part of them. Do you understand me?
Do you hear that?
Do you understand
hear that?
me? Yes or no? Yeah, I'm not going to put
From now on, this Joey Gibson has declared this for the world. Anyone with a mask on is Antifa and the enemy and is open to whatever him and his fucking fascist pals want to do to them. Anyone in a black mask. Well, dude, I was. You haven't seen the video, but you just totally fucking. I can't even think what the word is.
Right?
Yeah, but yeah, there's guys with him. There's spoiler alert, right? But there's straight up people wearing masks with Joey.
Yeah, spoiler.
As he's saying this shit, you know.
We're not going to allow you guys to beat up people like him. He's the nicest guy in the world.
You guys beat up someone like him.
Speak out against it. Speak out against it. I officially speak out against.
Wait, what?
No. It's Joey. That's Joey Gibson, right?
Yes. Oh, wait.
You kicked your mask off. You scared the shit out of me. All you guys ran up on me. What do you think happened the other night?
Yeah.
He says, well, what do you think about the other night?
And we'll connect you. 2 nights ago, we were jumped by 30 of them, all in black masks.
Were you? I don't see a bruise on any of you.
Battling cancer. Punctured his lung in the hospital. Corey Brock said us.
You tell people of color. Is that your thing now?
See,
Huh? You guys okay with that? 30 of you? Don't take it.
See, that's the thing. You think that's okay, 30 of you? Just walking down the talking to random people on the fucking street, blaming them for this supposed 30 people that attacked them.
It's cold in Portland a lot of the time, and people actually fucking cover their face all the fucking time, actually. But I'm stupid.
But it's his paranoia has fucking gotten him, man. He is falling apart. He's randomly walking down this street, yelling at people. If you wearing a mask, you think it's okay to attack us? Like
bullying people like he's a cop.
Everybody there is the
That's
people
what
who
he
attacked him.
sounds like.
Everybody there are the people who attacked him in his mind. Because you put on a mask, so you're the people who fucking harass us. It's just the masses of fucking humanity hate you, Joey. The masses of humanity hate what you're doing, dude. It's not just Antifa. You fucking moron. Anyway, there's more.
People, is that what you're up to now? 29 What's up with 29 people? You wear the mask, you're one of them. Hey, look at this.
They're not wearing masks, and he's saying that too. And this fuckbag's wearing the mask. Fuckbag with a shield. Look, and they all got their fucking bandanas so they can put their shit up.
Put you in the grass. You're gonna hurt for that. That's what I'm Part of the march is pro-life. That's why we're here. Take a hole. Because we are Christian, we believe in it.
Oh, is that right?
Let nobody pass it.
You never read the Bible in your life. Fuck that.
Positive conversations with people today.
You have no no right to be talking about bullying. That's all you
Really?
guys do. You guys try to intimidate. You try to use fear.
You guys. Who's you guys, Joey? Who's you guys? You're losing your mind, Holmes.
Intimidate.
You're losing your shit, dude.
You guys are
Completely.
fascists. You're fascists. You want to be communists, and you want to use fear. You want to use fear to get people to agree with you.
And I'm not gonna wait for these assholes to move.
We're gonna get our
Get out of my way, please. I'm fucking begging you. Get out of my fucking way. I'm walking to my fucking car. Move.
Move. Get the fuck out of my way.
Bunch of assholes, right? Bunch of assholes.
Excuse us. Sidewalk. Sidewalk. Move. You get moved. Don't want to fire you, bitch.
There you go. With a mask, insulting a woman, while your friend talks about anybody in a mask. Tell your friend, Holmes. Tell your friend. Take a look up your own, you fucking moron.
You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing
Yeah. This piece of shit.
Lose it. Privilege, fucking morons.
Oh, did you learn a word? Did you learn a word?
Fucking privilege, huh? Fuck you, bitch. I know you motherfucker. Just to let you know, you dumb fucking cunt. Just to let you know,
Wow.
capitalism was started, well, actually itself.
Oh, capitalism started actually at sound? Okay, brilliant, you piece of shit. You sexist, racist. You're not racist, I don't know. But he's a fucking misogynist.
I kick teachers. Are you teachers?
He's gonna kick his teeth out. You're gonna kick this fucking elderly gentleman's fucking teeth out, dude? You're a badass, Holmes. You call women cunt and threaten elderly men.
He's a fucking Nazi. Everybody around
Good for
you
you,
that
man.
supports fucking Nazis and Nazis. Fucking Nazis. If you're around those guys that are Nazis, you're a fucking Nazi.
He's absolutely right.
Weren't you just
You're a
paraphrasing?
bigot of some sort.
Weren't you just paraphrasing
No, you're a Nazi.
MLK in the same way, Mike?
No, you're a Nazi.
Yeah, I mean, the dude was threatening to kick this old man's teeth in when he's just standing there fucking basically just watching what's going on. And this dude walks up and goes to the woman, "You're a bitch and you have a cunt. And you know what capitalism was started?" And doesn't say anything. Like, he forgot the talking point that, like, Ben Shapiro or Steven Crowder gave him, you know? And, like,
Bro,
so then he
they
just
came
does,
for violence.
so he just threatens violence against an elderly dude.
They came for violence. They came ready to commit violence. That's what they want.
And they
That's in the back of
get
their head
you.
the whole fucking time.
And
We
Joey,
talked about this.
well, listen, man, I'll tell Joey just lets all the other people kind of do shit.
He was an easy target.
I've never seen him talk like that. I've never seen him, like, he's a fucker, man, okay? And I've seen him get people riled up and then the crowd goes and does things. But it's never him. And you know, like when they went up on Revolution Books, I watched him and
He
people...
didn't have Tiny with him.
He didn't have Tiny with him, and he has a much smaller mob, and he has to lead it. And I'm telling you, man, the dude is melting down. This is like a meltdown in real time. Like, that is
That's
just
what it looked like to
completely
me,
detached from reality. To anybody in a mask is now responsible for whatever occasion he's talking about. You know, like, you can't just randomly walk down the street, and everyone he's talking to, from what I saw in that video, wasn't even wearing masks. But he's got people on his side that are. He's totally detached. I mean, it's just... I'll guarantee you he's not making anywhere near the money he was, a year ago on live streaming and super chat things and Patreon stuff, because he's not getting the headlines and,
Of course not.
And, you know, this guy who was hot fucking shit on the fast scene for a year and a half or so, that's going away. You know, because there is nobody that gets to be hot shit on the street fast scene in America, really. You know? You can stream on your YouTube stuff. You got Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro and people like that doing their thing, but where did Mike go?
Consequences. Think maybe you just
Sorry.
muted or something.
Sorry,
I
bro.
don't know. I can't.
We had a guest at Rancho Relax, so I had to take care of.
Oh, okay.
What the Kahuna had a client come by, I had to go deal with. So let me go shut the door. Hang on, and sit back on my chair. But yeah, that's all. Hang on just a sec.
Sure.
And now Milo's going.
Yeah. So I guess I could take this opportunity to say hello to Mr.
I had all the dogs over here.
No,
I'm sorry.
now I can't say hi to people because you interrupted me. It's done. Let's just shut it down. No, hey, what's up to Fuck the World All Day? What's up to Mr. Black? What's up to Soberpog? Always stoked that you guys are here.
Yeah, I'm watching the chat. I've got the live stream going here, so. Excuse me too.
It's disgusting. It's gross to watch to see them just treat random people that way. But I do see a hint of like everything we and hundreds and sometimes thousands of people have been doing for the last few years. It's fucking working, at least on the street level, you know. And
Joey was acting like John Camden.
he was gonna. I know, man.
You know she was going to go there.
His chest, though. He literally beat his chest that one, remember?
Yes, he sure did.
One that Tiny and Joey were at.
Yeah, and Joe and Tiny beat the crap out of a bunch of
Maybe
people.
Joey's been hanging around John. No, I don't know. I'm just pulled that out of my, you know what. I'm just tired of them. I'm so tired of them.
So, let's...
part of their plan, though, is to wear us down like that.
Yeah, but they're worn down too. That's why they're behaving that way.
Right.
They don't get to fucking do their shenanigans the way they want to anymore, and it's no fun.
No, and it's pissing them off.
And I will tell you, I mean,
getting more and more violent.
And you saw there at the end that the cops were like, they did. I have heard this is the Portland Police Bureau so many times since we started doing our show and covering video. You know, it's like, oh, there's that. I've heard. And usually it's...
You always know it's coming in Portland.
Oh, yeah. And usually it's very matter of fact, this has now been declared a, you know, whatever. But this time the cop sounded like he was kind of fumbling with what he was going to call it. But basically it sounded like what he's saying, this is the Portland Police Bureau. All right, you fucking idiots. Like, we've had enough of your fun. We protected you for 2 years. Just get the fuck out of here. You know? Officially. Ordinance. You know, like, even the Portland Police Bureau, and I think I've said this on the show, they gotta be sick of it. Even though they have comrades and ideological fucking, oh God. Block this Biha Assad motherfucker. It's a Nazi. Please. Mike. Yeah, this shitbag was fucking, I've been having fun chatting with this person who cannot retort to my shit on the fucking documenting hate video. Fucking owned you, you fucking moron. Why are you here? Why are you here? Respond to the fucking comment. You intellectual fucking lazy ass. Respond to the comment. You got on that video and you said, why don't the fucking documentary talk about how the dude who killed 2 of his comrades, why he didn't like ISIS? I answered that fucking question, man. Acknowledge it, you fucking intellectual coward. Fuck you.
They don't actually debate. Daddy tells them what to think.
Shit talks, fool?
What are you
Shit
talking
talks?
about, Aaron?
Then make
what
it...
I'm saying.
Sorry, hold on, Chan. Claims to win an argument, it's there for the public to see in the comment section on our documenting hate video part 2. It's there. You ain't answered it for 2 fucking days, you cow. Because you're an intellectual fucking idiot. And everything I told you about not having a future or any semblance of a future, You ain't answered to that either, Holmes. None of what you were fucking called out on. None of it. You got owned.
Nazi Holmes, Aaron.
Fuck him. It's a human being, but it's a piece of shit, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. Answer the fucking called out on, fool. Now, you gonna come in here and watch my shit? Why? Why are you here? Your channel justifies ISIS attack. Actually, don't block him yet. This is gonna be good. Let this fuckbag talk for a little minute.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shows you how much you know, you fucking moron.
Anyway, so
we hate ISIS too, you fucking.
Yeah.
I can't block him. I can put him in timeout, but I don't think that's gonna do any good.
no. I can block him.
I've got stuff going on, so I'm muting my mic in between. Sorry, dude.
It's all right. I can block you, you Nazi fuckbag. I can block you, and you haven't been. Let's hear it. What do you got? What you got, fool? Let's see your intellectual prowess. Bring it. What you got? That's what you got. Nothing. That's what you got. Even less
Well,
than nothing.
give him a chance, Aaron. You give him a chance, bro.
Laugh out loud.
I mean,
Laugh out
obviously-
loud is his response. Laugh out loud.
Yeah,
That's
think
his
out
intellectual
loud.
prowess.
Anyone that doesn't Nancy.
To him, I always assume.
Anyone that,
You know.
dude, your logo's a fucking, it's a variation on a swastika, and you were defending Nazis, dude. You were defending fucking Nazis on my shit. And you were triggered by a video about cops busting Nazis. Fuck you. That's why I call you a Nazi, homie. That's why I call you a Nazi. I'm careful with that shit. We just showed you a video of Patriot Prayer, and I didn't once call fucking Joey Gibson a Nazi, because he's not. He's a fascist fuck. But you're a Nazi, you piece of shit. Straight up. Drink bleach, man. Drink bleach. You've earned it. Asking a question. Asking a question. I answered it. I answered your fucking question, and all you can say is triggered? You got nothing. You got nothing. Your life is nothing. Your future is nothing. I answered your shit. I answered your shit. And I had a lot of fucking fun doing it.
What's the icon for his?
Boink. Later. You had your chance. Gave you your fucking chance. Triggered laugh out loud was his chance to show his intellectual prowess. That was fucking great. It's always... No, I love it. I don't think I could do stuff like what Sam Cedar does and just dead take calls and shit like that. You know? But I would be willing to even fucking talk to people like that on a stream and shit. I'll talk to these fucking Nazis. And it wouldn't always be like that. See, the reason I get fucking angry and I show that disgust is because you get on my shit talking shit. You know, like, we're all fucking human beings. Yeah, I think your ideology is disgusting and leads to the misery of fucking millions of people. And that's why I'm disgusted by it. But, like, man, if you can correct and treat me like a fucking human being, tell me I'm stupid or, you know, all this fucking, you know, you're just heaping on the insult from the
If somebody
gate.
comes with disrespect,
You're going to get it back. I'm not going to play this fucking bougie,
why
petite,
you
liberal.
expect respect?
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
I'm not going to play the
Your
liberal
side.
bullshit where, you know, they go low, we go high. Like, I want to be fucking going high while I'm high as often as I can. But, like, man, you just come like a piece of shit, you're going to get treated like one. But I also brought fucking information and facts in the midst of it, none of which you could answer to. None.
And the internet's full of assumptions about people that know nothing about other people, so.
And there's a lot of
there you
truth to
fucking
the...
go.
Listen, there's a lot of truth to the, like, people... I'm not trying to, like, fucking defend right-wingers, but I do use the term Nazi way too loosely. And I absolutely agree with that. And I try to correct people and say, hey, can we just use fascist? Because maybe this person isn't
And
like
not
Hitler.
everybody's a fascist necessarily, but bigotry. They're
Right.
a bigot
Bigotry,
about
and that's why I
There's
don't...
something there.
and a lot of times, if I'm going to use the word racism, it's because I've seen that specifically. Sometimes it slips and I use it and I try to catch myself, because if someone's not portraying racist behavior, I'm not going to call them a racist. We talk about it all the time, Mike. If they're not racist, then they're probably sexist. If they're not sexist, then they're homophobic. If they're not homophobic, they're xenophobic, right? Like, they're bigoted in one way or another. It's a much better blanket term and umbrella term, right? Bigot. But with this person, like, my introduction to their existence is them defending a Nazi who murdered other Nazis on a video about Nazis with his logo that it looks like a variation on a swastika. Like, okay, man. So, and it's really what it is. It's one of those, actually arguments. Huh? What, Chan?
The dude at the end of the video that was saying you're a Nazi because that guy had Nazi tattoos, and then he told the other dude, if you hang with Nazis, you're a fucking Nazi. So that's what you're saying to this guy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
this person.
I mean, for me, the kicker is I've never seen that version of it, so I'm sure that this person probably has some argument like, no, that's not actually the Nazi swastika, you dumbass. It's this variation thing. But it's like, yeah, but you're using it knowing people will take it for that, and you like that you can have this little out when people call you on it that it's not. I'm only assuming. But, like, the bottom line is your fucking avatar is a variation on a swastika, and you're defending a Nazi, and you don't want me to call you a Nazi? It's like our video that our follower, our comrade in fucking Australia sent us of their debate with the Nazis on the train there, where the guy goes off, this fascist fuck, and I will call him a Nazi because he was talking about Hitler was one of the most intelligent leaders who ever lived. The Nazis were the most intelligent people. He said they invented more than anyone else. Quote unquote. The Nazis invented more than anyone else. And then when she goes, you're a Nazi, he's like, what do you mean? Like, dude, you're a straight up Nazi. But like I said, calling Joey Gibson a Nazi is not accurate.
Hitler appropriated a lot of stuff.
Fucking A, he did.
That sign was indigenous. It's in a few different cultures, and he took it and ruined it. Just like he used the word socialism.
And let's there's always room for oi polloi.
Neo-Nazis on a London council. The extreme
and we'll be back in a minute.
British National Party has scored its first political success in Britain. In a council by-election last night, it took the Millwall ward of Tower Hamlets in London's East End. The area has been the scene of a string of vicious race attacks. A week ago, 17-year-old Asian Qadis Ali was beaten senseless by a white gang and left for dead. He's still in a hospital with a coma.
What can anybody do about it?
Fight them, basically.
But how do you mean fight them?
We'd say that the ideas that they put forward outside football grounds, on working class estates, have to be combated politically, but also that they've got a physical agenda, and that has to be met physically as well. People have to defend themselves against the fascists. They can't just turn the other cheek.
The Reverend Weed Jesus is in the house. Weed Jesus, if you restart the Church of Drugs, I might attend some of your services. Just saying. That's oi ploy.
All the objective factors that existed in Europe exist here. The only thing that will make a difference is the subjective factor, whether people are prepared to take them on or not.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I concur, oi ploy.
I couldn't find my glasses. That's why I was like, shoot, oops. Because I can't see myself or you without them. So.
I'm just trying to be Jesus again.
Did you have any more MLK quotes, Mike?
Oh yeah, I have.
Or possibly some MLK quotes? Whatever you got, man, bring it.
MLK.
Let me see what I.
Quail legs from the
Yeah,
lake.
there was a. Seriously, there's just a couple. I just grabbed like 5 or 6. Let me see if I can. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people.
Word.
That's right.
A smart man said that. Yeah. One more time. One more time. One more time.
Here, this is kind of close to what I say. To ignore evil is to become an accomplice to it.
That's almost like what you were saying earlier.
Right, exactly. That's that breaks it right down, huh? So, all right, there you go. All right, let me see. I can come back to the chat now. Woohoo! I'm worse than Amy Goodman on her phone during Democracy Now!
So has much changed?
Has much changed?
Yeah. I mean, where are we? Isn't that what we should do at this point? Is reflect on where we were at the time of the man we're celebrating, and compare and contrast it to where we are now, and Isn't that kind of what we're supposed
Well, I
to do?
I was only
Yeah, isn't that
2
kind
months old.
isn't that kind of what we've been doing,
I
Aaron?
don't know where I was.
I mean,
Or wait. No. He died 2 months before I was born. I was in the womb.
What year did
That's
he
where
die
I
again?
was.
What
I
year
don't know
was
where
it?
my mom was.
What year was it that he died?
Sorry.
What year was it?
68.
68.
I was 5.
But this
You were
birthday,
5?
I don't-
Michael?
Yeah. I
So
was
you
born
remember it
February.
really good.
68? Yeah, I was
Right.
5.
So what was your take at the time then? Were you on the side of the communist conspiracy? Were you going to a lot of like John Birch Society things at that time? Or were you more like down with the people?
I was still recovering from the Kennedy assassination when I was 3 years old.
That was tough on you, wasn't it?
Yeah, that really affected me. Yeah. So.
RFK was when I was 2 months old.
Yeah, I'm an old fucker, you guys. I've been around a long time, man. I mean, I so much controversy even over making this a federal holiday. You know, and I mean, you want to say when I was 5 years old, bro, I was going to like an almost all-white elementary school. It was public school. We were in Long Beach, but at that point, it was kind of like the Wonder Years. It was that kind of a suburb type town in North Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? So, but we were right across the bridge from Compton. You know, and downtown Long Beach was like the place to go, man. There was shit going on down there, and it was because there was shit going on down there.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the systemic part of the whole racism thing, bro, is something I look back on and go, wow, it was just so integrated in my growing up. And it's taken me, 50 years to fucking figure it the fuck out. 50 years. I'm 55. So, and to go back and and I don't know a whole lot about what happened back then, but I mean, the way it looked, from what I know about it, from what I've seen about interviews and different things with people that were with him and so forth, bro, it was like, full on, fuck the black man, we're gonna fucking kill him. And this one's like saying shit. So we really gotta. So you know what? This is what we got to do, bro. This is why I think one of the reasons that we started this fucking project is so that our fucking stupid white asses can get out there and say, hey, there's some shit going on and we don't think it's right, and we want to change. We want to change. I didn't. I look back at some of the way. Okay, well, like let's just check this out right now. So today was my Bondathon on TV. I instead of getting out, I sat and watched Dr. No and Goldfinger and bro, some of the misogyny, and there was one scene with him and Goldfinger and Pussy Galore, and he was just like he forced himself on her, and I was like, whoa, and that was 65, 66, 67, somewhere around that kind of shit, right? But it's like to go back and look at that, and we've even talked about some of our old punk rock documentaries and so forth, and how some of the shit that was done back then was like fucking straight up out of line. And thank God that some of the people in the bands that we listened to back then.
Though. I mean, 80s was
actually
ridiculous.
Well, all I'm saying is thank God that some of the people in the bands that we listened to back then, progressed as well and grew up and realized that some of that shit was wrong and have spoken out and continued to be a part of the scene. And it's like, you know what? As you grow, you figure shit out, and more of your head pops out of your fucking ass, and you go, oh my God, what a dipshit I was. And it's okay to stand up and say, hey, you know what? I was fucking wrong, and I was a dipshit, and what I did back there was wrong. And I don't want to do that anymore because it sucks.
What was that article?
I used to say a lot of stuff in elementary school that it's not okay.
What was that article you shared, Chan, about on the page about some people want to talk about how punk is exploited, and Dead Kennedys fans want to say punk is dead, but there's this thriving scene like in the Latinx community and the Latina community and stuff. And was that you that shared that?
The headline was like old white dudes that listen to Exploited and Dead Kennedys, something like that.
Right.
Anyway, nothing. I mean, I didn't put that headline. I actually put a different header on it. because really what it is a positive read on really civil rights movement within punk rock again.
Right.
And so the Dead Kennedys is a good reference. So they're not really dissing those bands.
Right, not at all.
You know?
Right, I didn't get that at all. I mean, I could see people seeing it and going, "What's wrong with?"
A generation that is like, nothing's ever gonna be that good, and you know, that people don't. Some people don't want to evolve for some reason.
And I brought it up because I thought that
Good points, Bennett.
it was a great piece because it does show that there is a progression. Like a Gigi Allen or a Mentors could not pop up in our scene at this anymore. That could never happen again in our scene. You know, it just can't. It would not be accepted. You know, I mean, so
Latinx, non-binary women.
Right.
So that's who it was about in the punk rock scene. And I have on that on Downtown Boys' page.
And you know, see, and you know, and you were talking about watching the Bond movies, Ro, about, you know, the and all the misogyny in it and stuff, you know, and it's like even some of our favorite old like classic punk rock movies like Suburbia, for instance, we've talked about it on the show before. There's some real fucking problems with that movie. Like,
right.
It just is. It holds up to time in a lot of ways really badly. But that was, it was like the only piece we had. But it's actually worth watching because it's a snapshot of the mindset of the scene at that time. You know, I mean, and I think we have progressed. You know, and
I mean, okay, so check it out. Flea was in that movie, yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure that I'd be interested to see his comments, his thoughts on, you know, some of the shit that went down in that movie. You know, I'm almost positive he would disagree with, you know, with most of that stuff. But I mean, and honestly, dude, come on. I don't remember the scene being like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're also a man, bro. You're also a man, bro. You're also a man. You're also a man.
Heavy metal was 10 times fucking worse. It was so gross.
I mean,
anyway.
We didn't recognize it because it wasn't being done to us, bro.
Mike, that's why girls didn't go to in the pit. They get their fucking their shit ripped off. Shit still happens now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, stuff still happens now. So, yeah, it's just, it's a different perspective. You can't help that. You know what I mean? If you're not around pigs like that.
And here's the difference between our side and their side, as it were, is that their side is celebrating it and defending it. Our side is going, hey, wait a minute, man. We see this. I see it all the time in organizing circles where women are talking about, really? You guys are all fucking pissed off at those fascists? Yeah, so am I. But, like, can we address some shit that's going on, you know, here? Like, this is a human fucking problem. But that's not to say that it's all rampant in left circles, but it's like, it exists everywhere. And
it happens.
It happens. It happens, and it has to be addressed when it does.
And I'll see something.
Right. But on the right, they're like, him too. How dare you? You know, Gillette. I think one of the best jokes I saw about the Gillette thing was someone giving him shit. Someone had taken a picture of them throwing their Gillette shit in the toilet. And it's obvious that fucking idiot would have to reach into the toilet and get the Gillette razor out because there's no way it's flushing. It's way too big to fit down the fucking thing, right? So it's like, great, genius. You took a picture of your razor that you paid for in your toilet that you're not going to have to reach into.
Things real quick, bro.
Huh?
Let me say a couple things real quick. You know what? Change is hard for a lot of people. People don't like change.
Right.
Right? I mean, it's one of the only things in this world that's constant is change. Everything is going to change, bottom line. Like Shannon said, some people don't want to. We've made the choice to like look at it and change and realize that it's a process. And like, you know, kind of going back to who we are, Punks for Progress. We're trying to progress and get better. And we've learned some shit. The other thing I wanted to mention was, you know, the scene back when, you know, in the Inland Empire, when I was back there, you know, those, the kids, younger kids, you know, the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, you know, those kind of kids and that kind of scene that was going on, they look up to, you know, the bands of our era.
Right.
That's the patches and shit that they're wearing on their jackets, man.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's nice to see that, you know, the ones that they do look up to are actually, you know, have progressed since we listened to them back in the 80s.
Sure.
And 70s.
And at the root of punk rock, it was an effort to smash everything, but it was like, it was a fit of like, just, fuck, it's too much. All this is too fucking much. Fuck off, 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 in a gross way, fuck off. How, really? Did I offend you? Let me be way more fucking offensive then. Fuck off. Like, and then at some point you have to kind of go, all right, you can temper that a little bit, but still maintain that. Fuck off, dude. You know, like, I wasn't triggered.
Right.
Hey, is Rad here?
I'm probably gonna drop because I'm in like a bad reception
It's
area.
Jesus.
It's a little better.
Let me move you over a little, Mike, so we can see everybody in here.
Bro, you know what? I'll mute my mic so maybe it'll be better for Rad, okay?
It won't make a
I'm
difference.
sorry.
It won't make a difference, Mike.
You're
No,
interrupt.
Mike, unmute it. Unmute it. The second you mute it, it creates static. Thank you. And it won't make a difference, bro. It won't make a difference in the sound. But
It's freezing up bad on me. Aaron is.
You can't hear the rooster in the back.
this little bit smaller.
Everybody's listening.
I think
I heard the rooster. Yeah.
The rooster's next door.
There. Now we got Radcon with us from the Bay Area.
Yeah. What's up?
So we have North Shore,
You need to turn
Nevada,
around this
Southern
thing.
California,
It looks
and
all
Northern California in the house. What's that, Mike?
He looks all kind of washed out. Like the lights, like it needs to be in front of him instead of behind him.
His always looks like that. I think his camera has his phone has a shitty camera.
It's the light.
Yeah, and it's one, it's the light, and two, you guys haven't seen how just spidered this fucking shit is.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's all cracked and shit.
Phone screen, yeah.
We-
Uh-huh.
Fucked up.
We only do things on the top-notch level here at P4P. Keep that shit in mind.
Well,
Oh,
at
yeah,
least Brad's clear. Aaron's all pixelated and sounding like Max Headroom.
Right.
That's because I'm a Russian bot. You didn't know that? I was constructed in Soros Laboratories.
Oh, that's right.
This is true.
It's because Aaron's on speakerphone.
Remember Max Headroom?
Of course I remember Max Headroom. Yeah, I used to actually do a pretty good Max Headroom back in the day, or at least I was pretty proud of it. I'm sure people were going, "Man, he's an idiot," and I'm going, "That's funny shit, though."
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we were saying.
Okay,
You know what?
and
can make
fuck you
yourself
too
laugh.
retroactively. Hey, Rad, you really did come in just in time. We're ready. Gonna get into this whole subject of what went down in the Indigenous Peoples March. But since you're here, why don't you pick a song real quick? Maybe you got something you might like to hear us, and I'll play a video. Pick us a video I can find, and I'll jam it real quick, and then we can get into this topic. How's that sound?
Yeah, sure. But what am I going to talk about?
We're going to talk about, we're going to get into the subject of Nathan Phillips and what went down with Covington Catholic High School and all that stuff.
All right, yeah. I mean, I can do that at least. Like, I can touch on that a little bit, but like on the stuff I said, a lot of that maybe like not go way too in depth on it, but just depend because I mean, also like you guys probably know a little bit more about it than I do.
Well, what he's talking about is Rad has a new report that he's put together and sent to me. I actually haven't heard it yet, though, so I have fucking no idea what he's talking about, other than he does have something that he sent me, and I can't wait to see. It was like I got home from Soros Incorporated headquarters and made dinner and then sat down to do this. And in that, when I was making dinner, he's like, "Hey, I got a new report." And so I haven't had a chance to listen to it. But
yeah, sorry, I forgot that you were at Crisis Actors School.
Yeah.
for
Dude.
that brief moment. I forgot about that. You do that like 3 times a week,
Like,
right?
oh, it's exhaustive, man. It's just like the photoshopping and being a Russian bot that's pixelated at all
Somebody's gonna
times.
see this and go, see,
Yeah.
see, look,
Yeah.
it's fucking real.
Yeah.
They're admitting it.
Oh, I have nothing to defend. In fact, I am a Russian bot,
Yeah.
and so is Aaron.
Yeah.
Look at why and how pixelated he is.
Yeah. That's not
Proof
human.
that he's a
That is
Russian
not a
bot.
real human
Yeah,
being.
you're seeing
This
it
is a
first.
Soros manufactured bot right here. That's what that is. That is a Soros manufactured bot. And damn proud of it. You know? And
Yeah, you know, and just
Do you know sarcasm when you hear it?
all the Russian bots.
I do not.
directly to You don't you forget it. Alex Jones is actually a FEMA death camp made out of chemtrails.
I've seen the blueprints. I've
That's
seen
right.
I've seen all the diagnostic tests that they did to create them. It was really fascinating. We're the next actual series, Rad and I. But so we have
This is Punks for Progress.
Mhm.
Your exclusive make fun of everything headquarters.
So Rad, what
Yeah.
fucking good punk rock song should I play?
What good punk rock songs to put on? God damn it. Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, you're on the spot, homie. Access. It's probably in the third quarter file. I don't know where Soros implanted your files, but mine's right around here is where I keep my music knowledge. So scroll back.
All right.
You getting there?
Beep, beep, beep,
Right.
beep, beep.
Right.
God. Shit.
Something glamtastic. Oh, you said
Play.
punk rock.
I want to choose a song that like actually is relevant though. Here, give me a second. Fuck.
I vote for Total Massacre.
I just think I'm getting I'm feeling real Los Fastidios-y, but because I was watching this.
How about we'll do
Zero
a
the
teaser for
Tarantulas.
my next Ultras report. Play the song Augusta Torinorum by Bull Brigade.
Bolt Brigade?
Bull, B-U-L-L.
Bull by the horns.
Yeah, Bull Brigade, Augusta
Oh,
Torinorum.
I don't. Yeah. Bull
Well,
Brigade is.
Forget it.
Yeah, hold
here,
on.
you sing the song. I can't do this shit. I suck at it.
Bull Brigade is all I'm good. I don't even know what those.